I'm going to tell a story about this 11-year-old little girl and a pear tree. And when this little girl was little, one summer her mom left her on her own for the summer. And so being 11 years old, you just kind of just dealt with it. And this girl, she had some food at her house, a little bit. She had at least some bread, but when that runs out and you don't have no food, you start thinking about different things. And she said what she thought about was she'd pick up pop bottles. A long time ago, you could get 2 cents for a pop bottle. So she'd go and look in creeks and along the roadside, and she'd collect pop bottles to, get some food. Well, what an 11-year-old would eat when they get some money, and it's usually only like 10 cents or so. She would buy a candy bar and a pop. And so one day she come across this pear tree, and it was really a beautiful pear tree, she said. And it was just full of pears. So she'd stuff a lot of pears and hold them in her shirt and take them home. And they were real good pear trees. So off and on she'd go by that pear tree and get them pears. And she always remembered about that pear tree, how, it supplied her with food. So when she got older, one day, she drove back in the old neighborhood, and she was looking forward to it too. Went by where that pear tree was, thinking it was still there, and it wasn't. All it was left was a stump. And it did make her sad, she said, but it just brought back memories when she was that little 11-year-old girl, been able to eat that fruit from that tree. So I always thought it'd be so nice to put fruit trees in parks, walkways, alleys, around towns, even out and about, like woodlands or hiking trails. But one day I was seeing this film, and this guy lived near a park, and he went and bought a little apple tree, and on the Sunday he put that apple tree in a wagon, his little red wagon, some soil, and a shovel. And he laughed. He said, "I don't think anybody would be taking care of the park on Sunday morning." So off he went, walking to his park. And he planted that tree, and it looked real nice. And he went back home with a big old smile on his face. I thought how wonderful that is. To put, I thought about it before, fruit trees. Why don't they put fruit trees in parks? But at the same time, I was thinking about that girl, that how many neighborhoods that has children on their own or hungry, and they could go to a park and pick apples or pears. And then one time I seen Bill Mollison. He was sitting at this park side in the shade, talking about why don't they plant trees in the park. And so he was talking about that, and I thought, oh, I wish they would put plants like that in parks, and neighborhood kids can have the fruit from it. So he reached in his pocket and he had a fruit tree or fruit seed, and he pushed it in the ground. He looked like a naughty little boy, like, uh-oh. Like, anybody watching? And then he smiled when he got it in the ground. He smiled and walked away like, here's my seed. That was really funny. But, we think about homeless people under bridges or, you know, out and about. And, it's not only homeless that would take a fruit off a fruit tree, but there's children out there that would do it too. But as years passed, I didn't really think about it till older. And now I'm out in the desert and I can't do anything like that. When we lived in Oklahoma, I wish I knew and thought about it. Because you could put a tree anywhere. You could put a seed and it'd grow because they get a lot of rain there. And I just wished I had done it when I lived there. If I did, they would be full-grown trees by now. Some little kid might be eating fruit from it. But I just want to tell you this story about that little girl and her pear tree, stuffing her shirt full of pears and taking them home and eating them. And there's probably a lot of kids out there like that, especially nowadays. And I just thought, I was thinking about it. And just appreciate y'all coming by listening. There's Ben from Out West Homestead. Bye. I don't know what Ben's thinking about.